Alright, Mr. ATC once again for you and for another idea of housing through recycling. In the today project, we're gonna keep on using the rest of the pallet slots I was using last week because we can create a lot of small things at home with those pieces of wood. So I'm gonna show you today how to create a shelf, a nice and easy shelf for your bedroom. And if you're new to our concept, our channel, I will advise you and I will be also glad if you subscribe just right here and click on the bell to receive a notification every time we are sharing new content with you. And to my lovely members and subscribers, I will ask you some support by sharing this video all around to share with your friends and family in order to show them what can be done. We'll also take this opportunity to give a big thanks to some of the subscribers, the members in our community, like Michel Obiek, based in Germany. Sorry for the pronunciation if I'm pronouncing your name not in the right way, but you know, I'm French. Like Keril in France, and also TG's Woodworking. I don't know where you are based, unfortunately, but thanks a lot, guys, for all your support. This year, as I told you, is also the year where we need to recycle even more than before. So I will give a shout out in some of the videos, most of the videos actually, to some of the members, the active members, to tell them thanks for their support. If you would like to share your ideas with us, feel free to do it, like here. So as soon as you create your account and you're posting your ideas, we will be on your behalf sharing to the world and to our community. Alright, enough with the talking. Let's make it happen. Alright, so the first thing you will have to do is to find one pallet. And as you can see in most of my videos, I'm using the EUR type. And for this project, you will need to use only 4 pieces of wood, the one that I'm showing you right now. As usual, to remove them, I will be using my reciprocating saw. And I will advise you to go step by step in order to avoid breaking too much of the wood. If you're used to work with pallet wood, we all know how fragile they can be. So go slowly, take your time, but make sure that you are cutting each nails. And in order to remove the middle part here, I will turn the pallet upside down and cut, still using my reciprocating saw and my hammer. Then when I'm done removing all the 4 pieces, I'm moving everything to my work table. And this in order to remove all the nails in the different slots. And remember that I've been showing a few days ago a nice video using the pin punch where I'm showing you how to properly use it. So check this out. Then moving forward with the rest of the nails. Alright, remember I told you we have 4 pieces of 4 slats actually, 4 boards, and now I'm gonna divide them into groups. The one with the straight edge and the other one a little bit curvy. So now it's time to clean them, and I'm gonna clean them as usual using my thickness planner. When this is done, moving back to my work table, and I'm moving to the work table in order to create different patterns. And I've decided to give it a round top here just to change the design, but it's up to you to know what kind of pattern you would like to use for your design, of course. One of the cool things with pallet wood is the fact that you're dealing with real wood. So you can do any type of pattern you would like. After that, I'm moving to the measurement of the different shelves to cut them after with my miter saw. Note that as soon as you cut one with the right dimension, you just need to take it and report the same measurement in order to help you to make the cut. And remember that the small parts here that I'm showing you, we will be cutting in order to use them for the legs. Now moving in order to round up a little bit the shelves as well. So the long board and the small one have the same pattern. To make the round cut, I will advise you to use your jigsaw like I'm doing it here. Because for this type of cut, you are dealing with a lot of precision. So you need to use a machine that gives you a lot of flexibility in the cuts. Alright, so next step is to go to my router table, and in order to round up the edges, I'm showing you here which side you should do and the one you shouldn't do. Alright, let's round them up. First the small one, which are supposed to act like the shelves. Then with the long ones, which are here the support legs for the back and the side of those shelves. After that, in order to close the different holes, you know, as soon as you have nails, you're also dealing with holes. So here, I will be using some wood filler in order to close them all. Then moving to my disc sander to smooth down all the surface. Then finishing with some sandpaper for the long boards. When I'm done with the sanding, what I will do is to use my hand router in order to create a small gap just in the middle of each slat. And when I'm telling you each slat, I'm also talking about the long ones. When this is all done, I will be marking here the place where I need to create the gap, because as you can imagine, in order to insert the different shelves, I need to create a gap so they stay very steady. And at the end, we should have a very, very strong design. Using my chisel in order to remove some of the leftover. Then slowly sliding the shelf in order to see how it looks like. To fix the shelf to the long boards, I will be creating 2 holes with my drill machine, and this on both sides. And remember, I told you in order to avoid breaking the wood, it's better to use a pilot hole. This is exactly what I'm doing here. And if you would like more information about it, feel free to check out the link showing up on the right side on top here. And as you can see, I also create a painting station still using pallet. And I will be placing all the different slats on this station to paint all of them. I will first start by a layer of white. finish with a layer of pink on the long boards. In order to create a nice color effect on each of the boards, I'm here adding, using a syringe of course, I'm adding a small line of white paint in the gap. Here for the pink slot, and the opposite for the small slot, which are supposed to be the shelves. Here I will be using the pink paint. Then now I'm moving to the final stage, assembling the entire design. And for this, as you can imagine, and as you saw me creating the holes, I will be using some screws. And as you may have seen, I've created the gaps in order to insert each of the different shelves. And of course, each of the gaps have 2 holes to insert the screws. Then we can finish by adding the rest of the shelves. And for the final, I will be adding some pads because this design is supposed to go inside, either in a bedroom or in the living room, but also, if you want, in the bathroom. But here we're gonna keep it simple and only use the bedroom. Look at this, simple, effective and recycled. And you can add whatever objects or perfume, whatever you want on them. It looks pretty cool in the bedroom.
It's always a pleasure to share all those ideas with you in order to make it a little bit more sustainable at home. You know that my goal is to share things in the different sections at home in order to recycle pallets as much as we can. You like what I'm sharing with you and you would like to see much more. So I will ask you to share this video all around to your friend on social media and also on YouTube. Put a comments for us. Let us know, let me know what you think about this design so I can either change, improve and see what you like in order to make it happen. Because you know, I'm here to make it happen. And believe me, I will make it happen. We need to recycle. We need to do a little bit less talking and more actions in order to make a change in our own life. Let's be honest, it's just for us. Mr. ATC once again for another idea of housing. You like what you saw and you would like to see even more every week. Please subscribe just right here and click on the bell to receive a notification every time we are sharing new content with you. And I will see you next time.